Hello, I'm Terry, this is Lyndsy. We're here to talk to you about the dive site Mimpang, which is one of our favourite sites, which is just 15 minutes out of Padangbai, on the mainland of Bali, east coast. Okay, what should we talk about?
So we did our diving with Absolute Divers, and we really enjoyed our time with them. And something that we loved about Mimpang is it's a really great place to see sharks. And so when you get up to the dive site, you just see three little tiny islands barely jutting out of the water, and you have to go early in the morning, otherwise the current is much too strong. So you get there early in the morning, and then almost right when we would normally drop in, there would be kind of like a sandy bottom and then a bit of coral, but oftentimes we would see a white tip just kind of hanging out on the sand, and it was always really amazing. And sometimes you can see them kind of swimming in the distance.
Yeah, so the boat drops you on the middle island, so there's three islands, the boat drops you on the middle one, and you go down, there's a couple of bommies to start with, which have some great anemone clownfish on them, usually scorpion fish, and you can see the bottom slopes away into a sandy slope where we do see white tip reef sharks sitting on the sand.
And Terry loves the reef sharks, so he tries to swim kind of near them and
slowly.
Then he scares them away, and then we wait for them to come back, and he kind of swims near it, then he scares it away.
Yeah, I've got to get better at that. So trying to get a close up of a shark is definitely difficult. But then you continue down the wall. We've dived this two ways. We've dived it going one direction and being picked up at the end, and we've also dived it where the current's really bad at the end of the sloping reef, and we've had to turn back on ourselves, and the boat picks up us that way. Like Lyndsy said, you can't dive this in a strong current because the current is super strong going through the three islands. Which probably makes this site really interesting when you actually get to dive it during slack, because the amount of fish life on the coral slope, sort of below the coral slope, starts around 5 meters, 3 to 5 meters, and you can tell it is has been hit by current constantly. It's constantly been hit by current, so it's just bare rock really. But as soon as you drop below that 5 meters on that slope going down to the sand, there is loads and loads of coral life and marine life.
And something that I find really exciting is there can be lots and lots of cuttlefish. So on one dive, I was diving and I saw one cuttlefish and I got really excited, and I think I called for Terry. And then as he was filming it, I noticed there was another one, and I was like, oh my goodness, 2 cuttlefish. And then I looked over and there was about 4 of them. They were just all spotting along the reef there, and it was amazing because they're usually kind of hard to see too, but to see so many of them at once was definitely a highlight for me. It made me really excited.
And it's also, I spotted, really popular with octopus.
Yes.
Lots of octopus there, nudibranchs. Be careful where you put your hand because there are scorpion fish absolutely everywhere.
And they're all different colors, which is really lovely too.
And different sizes.
Yeah. And then I think we've seen a few leafy scorpion fish. I'm doing the leafy scorpion fish sign that we use, which are just really beautiful.
And the big eels, we get you big morays as well. I mean, so it's a slope that's packed with life, and there's not really a dull moment on it, which makes it a really great we think one of the better dives off of the main land of Bali.
It's definitely worth getting up a little bit earlier for and doing.
And also the end is quite different as well. So you've got the sandy slope, which you go away, and then you get to the end, which must be the last island, and it's a drop off. So it goes from a sandy slope, and you almost turn a corner, and it's a really rocky drop off made of huge boulders, and so it changes. No sand at all on this part. It's all red rock, which just makes it an amazing. You go almost like 2 different dive terrains completely. And here you can see big pelagics. You're supposed to be able to see sunfish here.
We've never seen
Never seen sunfish here. But I can imagine we've seen eagle rays around there.
Yeah.
And you get the bigger shoals of fish. So that's, as you go round that last island, is really cool. And usually if your air consumption's anything like mine, you've kind of done an hour, your time's getting close, it's time to go up, and you kind of finish the dive. If you've been lucky, you can get all the way round that last island onto the top of the reef again, where the boat will come and pick you up, or you just swim out into the blue and the boat will pick you up from there. Yeah.
Yeah, we're really good with our air consumption, so we're usually over an hour, still with plenty of air, so we get to see a lot. And of course that depends on the currents as well.
Yeah. But a really good dive. It's one of my favourites off of Bali. I think it's one of the better dives off of Bali, and one of the lesser known dives off of Bali, because people get to it in the afternoon when the current is just raging through it, and no one dives it.
Yeah.
And first thing in the morning, if you make that your first dive of the day, you're guaranteed to hit it every time. And yeah, the fish life is amazing there, from sharks to rays to octopus to cuttlefish. You got everything.
Something I don't understand is, so we're staying in Padangbai, and every morning, like all day, you've got the ships heading out to the Gillies, the ships heading out to Nusa Lembongan, Nusa Penida for diving.
The ferries.
And the dive boats. And it's like you could just dive here. It's really, really great, and then you don't have that long boat ride. Because if you want to do those islands, it's better just to go there.
Well, that's true, yeah, so I agree. So Nusa Penida, Lembongan is fantastic. You can see previous videos, but yes. I would definitely stay on the island to do them.
Absolutely, because if you stay on the island, you'll get to do the better dives, so you won't just be doing Manta Point, Crystal Bay, you'll be doing all the really cool ones.
Yeah.
Like SD. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is, well, you're now going to watch the video of Mimpang. I hope you enjoy it. We think it's a really great underdive dive site. Does that make sense? Underrated, underdived. Like I say, nobody goes there.
Yes.
It's a really good dive site.
And forgotten, but it's really great. It's one of our favorites.
Yeah. Okay. I hope you enjoy Mimpang. Bye for now.
Welcome to Mimpang.